Welcome to Bulletproof Underwear, episode number 16. Woohoo! We've got your Bulletproof Underwear co-hosts, Flex, the dexterous rectum.
Hey, it's me, Flex, the dexterous rectum.
And I'm Yam Juice, and I've got a pleasure, our special extra super duper toast of the town guest, Mr. MsftMan. Don't do it!
No, don't do it!
You have bulletproof underwear on. I'm going to test them now.
My balls will never be the same. That's how we do manscaping around here. So, Mr. MsftMan, what have you been up to lately?
Well, not a whole lot. Just waiting for winter to hit here in lovely Washington State. Out of all the times of year, this is probably my least favorite.
Oh, really?
Waking up in the dark and going home from work in the dark is not my cup of tea. So I need to move a hell of a lot closer to the equator.
Well, are you thinking Saudi Arabia?
No. It's, this is, and you guys have seen these before. I figured, with all the black ops and everything, I'd wear my, some people call it a shmagog.
Yeah.
In Israel, we call it a keffiyeh. So that's just
that's what I
wear on my motorcycle.
See,
I was just
yeah,
saying that the other day, Flex, right? That's what I call it, right?
we learning something new every day on Bulletproof Underwear.
There you go.
You got a bike?
Yeah.
What do you got for a bike?
Pretty much, I have got a lot in common with Pony in that I love horses tremendously, and I wish I could afford to still own one these days. But that's years and years ago. But yeah, I mean, if I had my druthers, I would love to just live in a small western town, be a sheriff, and be forced to ride a horse every damn day. That would be my dream job. But since horses are too expensive to keep, vet bills, and just boarding, a motorcycle is a hell of a lot easier. You can ride it hard and put it up wet, and it doesn't care.
Boarding, man. Boarding animals is unbelievably expensive. People don't know, man. They think, oh, I'll get a horse, and just have a horse. Yeah, but somebody's got to watch that horse. That horse has to be boarded, has to be fed, has to be cared for. Yeah, that's funny.
I boarded my dog and cat.
Tony can tell you, back in the day, pretty much, like how we complain about fuel prices today. Well, back then, when horses were the mainstream, it was complaining about fuel, the price of hay.
Yep.
So,
Always bitching about that goddamn price of hay.
Yeah. But, motorcycles, I've been around them ever since I was a teenager, taught my dad how to ride a bike. And it's just my preferred method of transportation. The only time I'm not riding my bike is when there's actually ice in my neighborhood, and I literally can't get out.
Yeah, I saw something on TV, some sport where they were racing motorcycles on ice, and the tires had metal spikes on them.
Yeah,
and it was pretty fucking amazing.
A lot of that started up in the Scandinavian countries, ice racing. And there's a few ways that you can do it. I mean, they actually manufacture tires like that now with the spikes built into it. Pre-manufactured tires, what they would do is just put basically like drywall screws from the inside out through the tire, and then run a liner in that, and then your inner tube, and you're good to go.
Oh, those fuckers are crazy. I seen they come every so often. They come. I live in the Twin Cities in Minnesota, and every so often they come to the Xcel Energy Center Arena, which is where the hockey team plays, and they race around in there. And man, some of the wrecks they have and the way they race around there, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, speed skating with what's his face, Ono.
Yeah,
Apollo Ono is bad enough. I mean, people getting their arteries sliced and dying on the ice and stuff. That's bad enough.
These guys are on
adding real raw
spike wheels, man.
It's just stupid.
Wheels with spikes on them.
And I love a lot of risky things, but there's a borderline of stupidity there.
Yeah.
Well, you got to draw the line somewhere, goddamn.
Exactly. Like this clown who just ended up, jumping out of the balloon.
Jumping out of a plane? Yeah, or a balloon? What was it?
Well, jumping out of a plane is okay. I was first pushed out, and then I willingly and stupidly enough jumped out after that. You get used to it. But this guy who just went up with the Red Bull balloon in the stratosphere.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Okay.
That guy took 2.5 hours just to get up to the point where he could jump. 2.5 hours in that capsule. And you know what's going through his head while he's ascending. Ground control to Major Tom.
Actually, I'm thinking probably he's thinking more along terms of like, please God, don't let me shit myself.
Yeah, he's hoping.
I would have to think he did, because there was a time there when he was just cartwheeling and spinning and out of control, whereas I have no idea how he brought it back in control.
He did, but he did actually do the jump. He did the jump, huh?
Yeah.
He
Oh,
broke the
man.
sound barrier, right? That's what I
Yeah,
read.
broke the sound barrier 830 some odd miles an hour. It was
Oh
booming.
my God!
Had
What a
anyone
nut.
broken? Before that, had anyone broke the sound barrier doing that?
No, this is the first time.
He looked like in the picture he wearing some kind of a spacesuit.
Yeah, exactly. Wearing a spacesuit. So a lot of it was, Red Bull and record breaking, but more so, what's kind of cool about it, it was done purposely for the scientific knowledge for future, if and when NASA gets back to the space program, for rescue attempts for astronauts should something go wrong during their exit. So
all they have to do is just put heat shields on each ass cheek, and then they can enter there.
You know what
Exactly.
You know what I smell? I smell a new technique of violence in Black Ops 3 when it comes out in a couple of years. Jumping from the space.
I hear you. The Halo jump. High altitude level.
Halo jump.
The Halo jump. But Flex was just telling me just a minute ago he's not going to get Halo.
No.
I've never played it. How about you? Are you a Halo guy?
Are you a Halo guy?
Okay. My first introduction to Halo was when my son was in college going to the University of Denver, DU. And all of his buddies were around the dorm room, and they were playing Halo. And it was really my first experience using a hand controller. Everything else I had done via the keyboard before. And again, it was like I was just spinning around like the helicopter of death, and I just couldn't get my bearings straight. And very frustrating. And then I got son talked me into another version of it. And it's like I just entered this cave, and the shit was just pitch black. I found my way out, and it's like, this is no fun.
I just never got into it. I played Halo Reach, and I played some of the campaign, but I'm with you. It's like you'd get back into it. It would spawn you into an area, and then there was like no way out, or you'd hit a transporter and transport somewhere else. It'd take you completely out of where you were in the game, totally confuse you.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get into the campaign. I sucked at the multiplayer. I mean, you guys have seen me in Call of Duty. You think I'm bad there? You got to see me in Halo. It's pathetic. I mean, I can't Halo jump to save my ass. Those guys in there, I mean, they jump around like kangaroos.
Well, in Halo, you don't just jump a little; you jump big, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. But Halo's just one of those games. I played a few of the campaigns and stuff, and I think the last one I had was Reach when they did the beta of it, and then came out with the regular one. And it just doesn't. The storyline never captured me. For me, it's like I've got to have a little bit of a storyline to get enamored with a game.
Yeah, I do too. I played Reach because I got it free with the holiday bundle on the Xbox. So I was like, all right, I'll try it out. What the hell? It was free.
Right.
And I wish they would have gave me something else, like some Microsoft points or or a different game. But hey, man, a free game's a free game. I don't care.
Exactly.
If I would have liked it, then I would have had a free game I liked. So.
Yeah.
Well, one thing cool about Halo is that you got the guys in the red and you got the guys in the blue, so you really know who's your teammates and who's the enemy.
That is nice.
Do your exam at the post office.
Well, this just in. I'm due for my 2-year eye exam. It's time for my eye exam. Wow, it's been 2 years already? Shit.
Can you see even? Can you even see?
So yeah, don't worry about the eye exam. Just a simple question: how many fingers am I holding up? You passed.
You know, I work in the glasses business, but I hate getting eye exams. It's annoying, you know. It's like they put those drops in there, and you're all dilated, and you feel half drunk.
You know, the last time I went to the optometrist, and they have a new method. They have a piece of machinery now, and you go up and you lean up against it, and it's got a hole. And of course, it costs an extra $55 to have it done that way versus having your eyes dilated for $5 or whatever. But you go up to it and you put your eye up to it, and it scans your retina, and it does a deep scan of the whole eye socket, I guess, you know, and it gets even some of the stuff out into the orbit and stuff.
Right.
And it was really interesting to see you know, when he showed me the pictures, you know, he said, you know, he's like, your eyes look fine. He was showing me the things that looked right and everything else, and he's like, you must have smoked a lot of pot when you were young. You don't got anywhere near glaucoma.
Yeah, we lost audio there for a second.
He goes,
okay.
he goes, you must have smoked a lot of pot when you were young. You're not anywhere near glaucoma. He goes, you got some of the lowest. When you did the glaucoma test, I have some of the lowest.
For some reason, I don't think he got that just from looking in your eyes, buddy.
Everybody says Flex looks and sounds like a doper.
They do. Everybody's like, I had a guy ask me.
Doctor looking like ZZ Top, like he's looking now, you know.
Yeah, I had a guy ask me.
He does look like ZZ Top. You know, he doesn't wear that cowboy hat anymore. He wears this weird cap thingy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this beanie, and he's got a beard like. Of course, his beard comes out here, but
it's trimmed down now, though. I don't have it all because it looks terrible and it's long. I look like I don't look like Santa Claus. I look like half Santa Claus. It's like, yeah, I look like Bozo had a bad day. It's like half of my hair is orange and half of it's white, and it looks terrible.
It might look like Bozo decided to start pimping hoes.
There you go. Bozo pimping the hose.
So ZZ Top is my all-time favorite band. I mean, I grew up in Texas, and they're revered as gods back in my day. You know, I went to high school in the 70s, so of course ZZ Top is awesome.
I've only seen ZZ Top twice.
So pretty much the song that was played at your prom was Color My World, huh?
Actually, you know what song was played at my prom? Stairway to Heaven. And it was a hit song on the radio at the time. It wasn't like an oldies. It was like that's when that song was on the top 40.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I graduated high school in 74, so I know what you're talking about.
Oh my God, Microsoft man, you're even older than me?
I'm a youngster.
I guess so.
The Go-Go's were big when I was graduating high school. See, I didn't get to go to prom. They had a prom, and then somebody says
they paid you to stay away, right?
Well, yeah, that, and I was the only one that was old enough that could buy kegs because I had a fake license, and I can say that because it's past the statute of limitations, and so we ended up having 10 16-gallon kegs and a band for prom. We didn't go to prom, so that was a different experience, I guess. I mean, it was.
Yeah, I should have been there.
Yeah, it was. Oh, it was swinging. It was.
Wow.
Yeah, the only downside of that is you weren't wearing a tux, probably.
No, I wasn't. And as it happened that night, things got a little out of hand. I ended up having to pull my cousin. There was a two-pad, like a two. I mean, this is literally, there was like two tire paths and then grass in the middle. And my cousin is laying passed out in the grass with his head laying in the tire path, and there's a car coming.
Oh, God.
And so I'm so I run up there and grab him and pull him out of the way, and that's the kind of night that was, boy. Maybe I should have went to prom. I don't know.
That sounds like Dazed and Confused to me.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that movie?
My life was that movie.
No, I don't remember that one.
Oh yeah, it's the last day of school, 1977. Oh, it was awesome.
Well,
In Texas,
there's
in
a
a
lot
Texas
of things
town.
that I missed shortly after high school and then college. After that, and that was in Connecticut. Then I spent about 11 years living down in the Virgin Islands between St. Thomas and St. John.
Oh, sweet.
So while I was down there, there's a lot of things that happened in the States, music-wise, movie-wise, stuff like that I just totally missed out on.
That's a lot closer to the equator, boy. That's nice
No
down
kidding.
there. That's nice down there.
So why
Nice
did
long
you
days
leave?
there.
Why would
Huh?
you leave a place like that?
Paradise is only paradise when you're visiting. When you're living there,
nice place
it's
to
not
visit.
paradise because you're working every day,
Yeah.
slaving just like everybody else, and especially the Virgin Islands. There was the Virgin Islanders are very unique people because the islands were owned by a lot of different countries over the decades. The United States were the last people to have possession of it. We basically needed it for a submarine base, being close to Cuba, and there's a certain mentality of entitlement that the Virgin Islanders have. They like to play the race card. They like to talk about slavery, that type of entitlement. And they don't have a great respect for the tourism dollars that come in. Very much unlike, the French islands or the British Virgin Islands, where they have a good European education system and they understand and appreciate the tourism dollars that come in. So, I lived there for 11 years. I had a great time. I've done things there that I would have never done had I stayed in the United States. Just a great time. But my son was born down there, and
Wow.
we didn't want to raise him up in that environment, so ended up moving back to the States.
So is that considered the United States? Is that like a territory, right?
Exactly. Yep.
So could your son grow up to be president?
Oh, by all means.
All right.
But yeah, I would much rather have him grow up to be president of Ubisoft or Microsoft.
Yeah, there's a lot more money involved than that.
Yeah, he's working for Ubisoft now down in San Francisco. He'd worked for Microsoft just like his dad. He was with the Xbox division. So, and then after a few years of that, he got an opportunity down in San Francisco with Ubisoft. So he's been doing that for going on about a year and a half now. He just got
that's
finished.
awesome.
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's doing marketing just like his dad, but he's doing it a hell of a lot better than his dad did.
So
Well, you're a natural, marketing guy. You've got the voice. You sound like, as soon as you open your mouth, I want to buy whatever it is you're selling. Don't you agree? Don't you think so?
yeah,
Max?
I do. Your voice, you have a very, very unique voice. It's a
Did
very,
you ever think
very
of going into broadcasting?
I did that to pay a few bills when I was actually in high school and in college. Throwing basically a lot of jazz out at the University of Connecticut at the radio station and stuff like that. But that was back in the day when you had to have FCC licenses and registration and all that stuff, and that was a pain in the ass. And yeah, I just got involved in other stuff.
Do you do lectures and stuff like that, or?
Well, when I worked for Microsoft, part of the marketing gig that I did was traveled across the United States delivering seminars to people in the day in the life of using Microsoft Office. So, like, to give you a typical week, what I'd end up doing is leave out of Seattle on a Sunday evening, get into Boston Sunday, Monday, get all my audio-visual equipment together, put up the 3-gun projector, focus it, the whole 9 yards. Tuesday, train 2 temps to receive up to 600 guests. So in the morning, we receive about 300 guests. I'd do a 3-hour seminar in the life of using Microsoft Office, and it was all scripted. Take a lunch break, come back and do another 300. At the end of the evening, break the equipment down, throw it in a U-Haul, Wednesday, drive to Springfield, Massachusetts, and then Thursday morning, take out the equipment, train 2 new temps, do another 600 people in 2 3-hour sessions, and then fly back on Thursday night or Friday morning for meetings at in Redmond.
Damn, that sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So you got like hundreds of people listening to you talk.
Hundreds.
Shit, by the time you were done, I bet you had
you're
thousands.
actually standing in front of hundreds of people live talking to them.
Oh, yeah, yeah. No, that was, there's at first it's very nerve-wracking, especially because it's, a lot of people thought it was off the cuff, but it was actually scripted. We help write the scripts. So you're weaving a story about, again, the day in the life of a person in the office using Microsoft Excel and then going in the Word and pasting back and forth and using links. So it was very scripted. You had to stick to the script. You could fluff a little bit. But during my certification process, I do remember that my knees never felt that weak in my life when I was doing the certification up in front of all my peers and supervisors, trying to get certified so I could actually go out on the road and do the show.
Yeah.
Wow. So did you ever say, okay, we're going to use the Office on NBC. How about a day in their life? Okay, here's Dwight, and here's Michael Scott.
I don't know what they did recently, but this was back in the early '90s when I was doing it.
That was probably the Windows.
That'd be an awesome tie-in.
What era was that?
Windows for Workgroups.
Yep, it was. WFW.
So that was before Windows 95, I guess.
Windows 3.11.
And Windows Me.
Yeah. Oh God, jeez.
I never had Windows Me. I heard that was a stinger.
You didn't miss out on much on that one, I'm afraid.
Yeah, they that was
when they dropped the ball on a little bit.
Clippy and Mr. Bob. Was it Mr. Bob that was the Bill Gates little?
Oh, Clippy.
Yep, Clippy.
That goddamn little paperclip guy.
And you couldn't turn him off.
No. He was always there.
Now, I had Windows 98 and I had Clippy.
Yeah,
but I had,
So, needless to say, I'm a Microsoft whore. That's the best way to put it.
Hey, I consulted. I did just network. I didn't do anything that heavy. I didn't do the marketing. I did network admin, tech support, help desk, name it. I was a jerk of all trades when it came to IT, and I did a lot of consulting, and it grinds on you after a while. I mean, you're always presented with the most. Well, obviously, you're the consultant, so when everything's in the crapper, they come to you and say, "Okay, expert, what do we do now?"
Right.
And it's like you got to dance. And you got to dance, man, and you got to dance fast.
Yeah. I do miss the behind the scenes of it. It's the last before the current gig that I'm doing now. I help run an e-commerce online business for a friend of mine who makes accessories for BMW motorcycles. And I helped switch him over from a very old archaic e-commerce online software system into a brand new software system, along with administering the email, the whole 9 yards. And that's a lot of weight to carry when people's lives and livelihood and business and income is riding on your shoulders as an IT guy to make sure that stuff works the way it's supposed to. So yeah, I don't envy your position at all.
Yeah, it was no fun. I mean, my first gig, I was trained traditionally as a programmer for the AS400, IBM's product, and ended up in Chicago. Just took a job. I was called a technical specialist, and that was my job. And basically, I went there, and they just let me learn. They let me turn into a sponge, and I learned. And there were times, it was a travel wholesale company, and in the peak of the season, you could lose millions in a matter of minutes. And I'd have the president of the company behind me screaming at me, come on, get this running. What's going on? You're not working fast enough, And you're blazing away typing, and you're closing and opening documents, and you're pulling your hair out, and
Right.
yeah, it can be a very stressful business.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest with you. Those kind of things, when they happen, that's when I was at my best, and that's when I enjoyed my job the best. Was when I had that challenge and I beat the shit out of that challenge. The pressure was on. I took it to it. I beat the challenge, and everybody stood around and was happy and clapping their hands and yay for Flex. Flex saved
that's
the
the
day.
one thing that I enjoy about
it was fulfilling.
Software and hardware side of it is the finding answers through research and investigation. I just get a kick out of that.
Yeah, it is fulfilling. Well, we talked about.
Let me ask you a question.
What's that?
You're making these presentations. So are you wearing like a $3,000 suit to look like sharp dressed man?
No, as a matter of fact, what was really weird is when we were doing the seminars, we were pretty much the only people at Microsoft that wore suits. And it was really strange because we wanted to make sure that we didn't have that IBM presence or appearance. Yet, the ladies in charge says, no, we want you out there in suits, and ladies, we want you out there dressed in business type suits also. So
yeah,
we were the few people on the campus that actually wore suits.
When I consulted at IBM, this is back in, what are we talking, 98, 97, 98, I consulted at IBM for a while. And in that time frame, that was the time frame when they went from business to business casual. Yeah. And man, people cut loose. You couldn't believe the things people wore. The only people that had to wear suits were like the marketing guys, the vendor support guys, the people who interacted with the clients on a daily basis. But everybody else, man, some of these people, some of the women were dressed. Ooh, boy, it was nice. But
tops and cut off
so much of that's changed. It's like when my son was working at Microsoft and at Ubisoft, it's just like everything is just so casual. Still the same amount of headaches and work and pressure. That's always been around. But the camaraderie and the casualness of everything is very evident.
Well, at least you're dressed casually, so you don't have to, it's like, it isn't like it used to be you're sitting there with a tight suit, a shirt and a tie choking you off, and you're trying to work on something or talk to somebody. It's like, I liked it a lot when everything went business casual, because it really, if you've got the talent and the skill, and nobody from the outside world's going to see you, in other words, a client, then why in the hell should you have to come in dressed every day in a suit? Why shouldn't you be able to come in and be comfortable and do your job?
Now, see, my question is, you're the right age. Did you ever have a leisure suit?
No. I'm damn glad I don't have any photos to prove it either. I was just talking to my office mate the other day, or actually it was this morning, thinking about some of the fashion that we had back then. The topic came up, muumuu dresses, and that was something back from the 70s, a muumuu dress.
Yeah.
And it's like there were just some things that were just wrong. They never wore right. It's like a muumuu dress in Hawaii, that's fine. But a muumuu dress in New York, no. And then I was thinking, it's like bell bottoms, okay. I got along with bell bottoms, okay. Hip huggers, hey, when I was a kid I didn't have a waist anyway, so they worked. Platform shoes, that was not a good thing.
Shoes.
But I had them.
Yeah.
Not like I needed them, but I had them.
Yeah, I had heels that were like this tall, and the soles were like that tall, and they were white, shiny plastic.
Yep.
Of course, you wore a white, shiny plastic belt to match.
I had the Gene Simmons type high steppers with the fangs on the front, and I was a little.
Did you really have that?
I did. I was like, okay, you got to remember, I was like in my early teens in the late 70s, early 80s. So I'm a little younger than you guys, but I had a pair of platforms with they look like the Gene Simmons Kiss shoes with the fangs on them.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What happened to those?
Busted my ankle with them, so I got rid of them. I was walking around drunk one night and fell over.
Well, if you had them today, they'd probably be worth a lot of money.
Well, of course they would. Half the shit I had would be worth a lot of money if I still had it. That's
You know,
the
I bought a
God's
set of
honest truth.
Simpsons, these dolls. This is like the first season that the Simpsons came out, and I knew that it was going to be a big hit. You know, you could just tell. So they were selling these dolls, like, you know, Homer and Marge, all 5 dolls, and like the Homer doll was about this tall, you know. And I was thinking, okay, I'm just going to leave them in their wrapper, and years from now, they're going to be worth a lot of money. I don't know what the hell happened to those Simpson dolls.
You lost them?
You hit
I
him too
don't-
well.
I hit them too well. I must have stuck them in a box or something. And
You're going to be like Chevy Chase from Christmas Vacation. You're going to be up in the attic watching home movies, and you're going to find them.
There you go.
And then you're going to fall through the fucking floor.
yeah.
Then somebody's going to open the ladder, and you're going to fall down on the floor, and you'll break your neck. You'll be laying there, and your dolls will be laying on you. It'll be irony.
Yeah.
So Halloween's coming up. You know, if you still had those boots, you could actually do Gene Simmons,
I know I could.
and you'd have places to go to do that.
Yeah.
Well, since you can't find the boots, you might as well just get a pair of red and white striped shorts and go as Richard Simmons.
There you go. I could do that. You know, I don't know if I've told like everybody else. I don't know if I ever told you.
Now that is
But
fucking sick.
I weighed 405 pounds. I had a gastric bypass and lost 200 pounds. So I could go as Richard Simmons and say that I'm a heavy-duty weight loser because I've been there. But
Well, there's a striking resemblance. I mean, I have to say it. It's like, oh my God,
Yeah, you get rid of the beard and get the hair permed.
that's it. All you
come
need
on,
is-
everybody, let's do some work. Come on.
Oh, you can do it.
Sweating
you
to
can
the
do it.
oldies.
Sweat
Come
to
on,
the oldies.
everybody.
Sweat to the oldies. Oh, so he's probably like 400 pounds now, right?
He may be, but he's probably got more money than I'll ever have.
Yeah.
Sweating to the oldies, man. That paid the bills.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
And now they show him on, what is it? Australian Airlines. They show a video. They have a video where he does the, these are the emergency exits and...
We have exits here and here, or whatever. It's like, looking at those people doing that shit. What are they giving code to the Martians
So
or something?
I find it really interesting that, Flex, you're actually following this man's career.
Well, you know,
He's a stalker. He's a cyber stalker.
I'm a stalker. I follow several people's careers, but especially Richard Simmons is he sweating to the oldies, and he's a god. I used to love him on Letterman. Letterman used to just have a field day with him.
Yeah, no kidding. But yeah, there's so many legends that come and gone. Jack LaLanne.
Oh man,
Oh,
You
poor
know.
guy.
Jack
Yeah.
LaLanne was like, till the day that dude passed, he was like,
Oh yeah, he was just ripped.
he was stocked, man.
I remember my grandma used to watch that show, and they had this cheesy organ music in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, take a deep breath in, and then the organ player would go, take a deep breath out on the organ. I mean,
Could you imagine if
well,
Jack would...
that's back in like days of Liberace and oh god, you name it. But I mean those Liberace. Who was the guy with the music show and the one and the two and the
Lawrence Welk.
Lawrence
oh
Welk?
yeah,
So I mean that whole musical genre is that was when they were making the switch from like live onstage theater to TV studio, and they were still bringing some of that old background music with them.
Yeah.
you know what? That's another thing my grandmother loved. She loved Jack LaLanne and she loved Lawrence Welk, and it was the most boring shit ever for a kid, ever. Now, what's funny is about 2 or 3 years ago, they started bringing back old episodes of Lawrence Welk on Friday nights on the PBS station.
Mm.
And you know what? I fucking love it. It's so funny. It's so entertaining.
Yam's a closet Lawrence Welk
is
fan.
when Saturday Night Live does their spoofs on the Lawrence Welk show. I love those.
Oh God, that's hilarious.
I don't know. It's like the girls in their little chiffon outfits and the guys with their little matching, little powder blue suits and shit like that. And then they bring in Myron Florin on the what's the instrument that you squeeze?
Accordion.
Oh yeah, he's.
And now we're going to bring in the Myron. He's going to play the accordion for all of you. You're going to love
like
it or else.
Halen on this thing. I mean, he's like a super virtuoso. He's getting down. The old ladies are throwing panties at the accordion.
Oh,
they're big panties. They float to the stage very soft. They're large,
Right.
Speaking of music, man, what kind of music do you get into? What do you dig?
At one point I thought I just had an eclectic taste in music. Come to find out, it's probably just like AD or something like that. Just like get bored with shit, and it's like, okay, I'm finished with that. But pretty much in high school, grew up with a lot of jazz. So Herbie Hancock, Chick Corea, Stanley Turrentine, Stanley Clark. Oh God, who was the guy with the flugelhorn?
Oh, Chuck Mangione.
Chuck Mangione. So I kind of grew Grover Washington. I grew up with that type of music, and then after going to the Virgin Islands and spending 11 years there, I got like totally 100% out of touch with current music.
Yeah.
Of course, when I was in high school, it was all about almost like Saturday Night Fever. Just going out on the weekends and dancing and ripping up pants and hitting on the girls and stuff like that every weekend when I was in high school. So I grew up with, of course, all of that music from the disco type era.
The disco era.
Nowadays, pretty much my son keeps me involved in rap quite a bit, to a degree.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah.
You're in your 50s and you listen to the rap.
Every once in a while, but pretty much I still like going back to music that I grew up with,
the
Chicago, Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
Yeah, that's
Three
good
Dog
stuff.
Night,
Three Dog Night's good stuff.
And I like Western.
See,
I like good country music.
I grew up. My uncle was 23 when he passed back in '73, so he was into a lot of the Led Zeppelin, all Jethro Tull, all that older stuff.
Yeah,
and
Allman Brothers.
Yeah, and I got into that.
Oh, yeah.
And by getting into that, as time went on, I just kind of followed along with stuff like Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and that kind of music. And I always stayed kind of, I don't know if I'd say it was progressive music, but I like all kinds of music. I like rap. I like rock. The only kind of music I really don't care for anymore is country music. I grew up in a farm city in southern Minnesota, and I've had about all the country music I can stand for the rest of my life.
We like both kinds.
Country
and Western.
When you go to a bar in Austin, they got both kinds of music, country and Western.
And then I grew up with two older brothers. I was the youngest out of three. So the oldest brother, there was a 10 years difference between me and him, and 7 between me and the one in the middle. So I actually grew up listening to a lot of their music. So my time span of music seems a hell of a lot wider and longer than the average person, because again, I had those two older brothers, so I kind of grew up with some of their music.
So was that like the Beatles and that kind of era?
Temptations, Smokey Robinson and the Miracles.
Oh, the Motown, cool.
Yeah, because now don't forget, when my brothers grew up, that was like just at the beginning of 2 TV shows, Shindig. I don't know if you remember that
I
one,
don't
but
remember
Shindig was a
Shindig.
music program. Hullabaloo was another one.
I've seen him when I was a little kid.
Yeah. So,
I think.
yeah, Shindig, Hullabaloo, Dave Clark,
I got to YouTube
Bandstand.
them. I got to YouTube them. I got to check these shows out. I got to check these shows out now.
Yeah, he's writing this down.
What kind of old shit are you talking about? Yeah, take a look for Hullabaloo, and Shindig.
I'll check it out.
What was that John Waters film where like the Hairspray? They had like the Corny Collins show, which is kind of like a takeoff of those kind of shows.
Hairspray. I've never seen that. Is that on Netflix? I'll have to catch it.
I'm sure you can at least get the disc on it. Netflix is hysterical. It's John Waters. I don't know. He's the guy who did Pink Flamingos and all those kind of depraved things.
Depraved things.
Now, are you taking an ecstasy tab? Is that what that was?
Oh, you chew coke.
Okay. He's a dipper.
I had to quit. I've got my caffeine. That's all I got anymore is my caffeine.
Well, we know you're on amp, and I got my Rockstar, but we forgot to ask Microsoft man what he's drinking. I saw it earlier.
Actually, just here's the Microsoft guy.
They're gonna put a hit on you.
Yeah, man, they're gonna put out a hit on you.
So yeah, actually, this was when I worked for Apple. So, long story short, left the Virgin Islands. My son was born in '84, so left the Virgin Islands shortly thereafter. I ended up in on the East Coast in Boston area and stuff like that. And just before I moved out here, I had worked for Macintosh and Apple back in the day when things were truly friggin' revolutionary. I mean, the stuff that Apple was pulling out of their ass back then, the third-party developers, was just phenomenal. Scanners and just everything. So
I was big in Apple back in the day.
Yeah, so anyway, my former wife and Alexander, my son, she moved out to Washington State, Seattle, to be closer to her family. And Janet, my wife, after about a year of him just coming back out to Boston to visit and everything, it's just like, I can't stand seeing him just once or twice a year. This ain't going to work. So she says, well, let's check out Washington. So I had actually contacted an Apple dealer out here and was all lined up with a gig and everything. So finally I came out in Redmond, talking to the guy, interviewing with the guy. He says, well, Steve said, I really would like to hire you. He says, but my wife works at Microsoft and there's a gig that I really do think you would enjoy and you'd be good at. And that's how I ended up getting at Microsoft. So the ironic part about making that switch, because one, it was a cultural change for me. If you've ever been on the East Coast, you know that people are snarky, sarcastic, sense of humor. And so there was a cultural shift coming out here to Washington State. But then when I went to work for Microsoft, it was even more of a shock because it was strange in that they didn't care if you were black, Hispanic, Puerto Rican, from Ghana, gay, homosexual. But when I told them I was an Apple guy, it's like, really? You're a Macintosh guy? You're one of those? It's like, okay, now I see where your prejudices really lie.
It's like you're a devil worshiper or something like that.
Yeah, once I told them it was Microsoft, Macintosh, then they just, it was strange.
You mean you worked at IBM?
Yeah.
That's communism.
No kidding.
So what's in the cup, though? You never did answer us what you're drinking. Is that vodka?
Actually, it's just plain old green tea, Lipton green tea.
Green tea.
Do you know of the powers of?
Somehow.
Do you know of the powers of green tea, Am?
It's supposed to make you healthy or something. That's why I completely stay away from it.
That's what I figured.
No. I've drunk what is that? Celestial Seasons teas. They got their
All celestial seasonings
Right.
teas.
very very hippie-ish kind of teas.
Sleepy
and stuff.
time tea and wake you up tea and make you pee tea and
No, see, that's for you, Flex. Is they got some kind of tea. Somebody makes some kind of tea that's specifically so you can pass urine tests.
oh yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
It's made by Stash Tea, and it's called Flomax.
Yeah,
Does that shit work?
No.
but I will tell you, Flomax works very well for helping you eradicate kidney stones.
Flomax.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, that sounds like a feminine.
Ask for it
hygiene
by
product.
name.
I'm
Ask
sorry,
for it by name.
Flomax.
Ask for it by name.
Flomax.
Hey, I was checking out your Twitter account the other day. You do some financial stuff on there, don't you?
No, most
Or is
my
that-
Twitter account is mostly marketing,
Is that marketing stuff?
social media,
Okay.
and then occasionally I'll throw in some spurts there about Xbox and or Ubisoft or games, but mostly I keep that mostly for marketing and social media.
Okay. And
Yeah.
But now that I'm helping out Toby Pace and Pony with Sub Gaming, the Twitter account Sub One Gaming, at least now that's my release where I can really let loose with some of the video game
Yes.
information.
that's where it belongs.
So yeah, you haven't really talked too much about video game history. Like, what got you playing video games?
Oh God. Well, of course, Pong. But when I was in the islands, I bought as a matter of fact, I know damn well Flex probably even owned one, but it was made by a company called Timex Sinclair, and it was a small little computerized
computer.
programming tool.
Mm-hmm.
And so Timex Sinclair, and you could program it, and oddly enough, you programmed it onto cassette tapes. And then hook that into the TV, and they had games like downhill skiing, racing, and stuff, and they were just dots and dashes.
Yeah, totally archaic, but a game nonetheless.
So, that's what kind of got me into it. And oddly enough, back then, and this was like early '80s, I was thinking about, if you could just make a ninja game based off of something like this, and then lo and behold, years later, of course they came out with that stuff, but. So that's where I got my start, and of course, then I got into PC gaming quite a bit. Enjoyed that. Medal of Honor was one of my biggest. I was a huge fan of the entire franchise for Medal of Honor, and then my son ended up buying me an Xbox about 5 or 6 years ago, and pretty much that was just like love at first sight. I've been doing that ever since.
So what are you playing right now? Are you playing Call of Duty?
Call of Duty, before Call of Duty, and it was really weird. It's like a lot of my friends online were some of my son's friends. And there was this one kid who, he's got a Xbox Live account, 8 years ever since it came out. And it's like he only had a gamer score, still has, I think, not even 5,000. And it's like, how is it this cat's always online playing and he doesn't have a damn gamer score? Well, little did I know he was playing multiplayer online stuff with Call of Duty and Halo all the time. So, you never rack up any achievement points with that, So in the beginning, pretty much, I was just an achievement whore and a completionist. So I like completing games. And then, now you guys have noticed that they've switched the genre a little bit. So a good example is Assassin's Creed. The very first one, the second one, you could get through the entire campaign and actually get all of the achievements. And then they started throwing in all these stupid ass, and they're fun, but stupid ass side missions. So now it's like you complete the campaign in the 3 different difficulties, novice, medium, and hardcore or expert or whatever. And you still have 3/4 of the damn achievements just hanging out there that you'll never be able to get because you never finished that side mission.
Yeah.
So, a lot of those games, I like a good storyline.
Skyrim
for me,
comes
Red
to
Dead
mind.
Redemption, as much as I hate Grand Theft Auto, too much of a sandbox for me. But Red Dead Redemption was just, for me, that's got to go down as probably the best damn game I've ever played. It was just, it just captured my imagination. 100,000%.
I enjoyed the hell out of it.
I think everybody knows how I feel about that game.
Remind us how you feel about that game, Yam.
I loved it. I got 100% completion, 2 separate gamer tags.
Oh wow!
One with a good character, one with a evil. You know, getting 100% is actually very hard to do on that game.
Yeah, I think what I got left is a challenge with the mumbly pegs.
Oh, that catches a lot of folks.
AAXXBBYY, bullshit.
Yeah, you got to win a lot of mumbly peg to win.
Yeah.
Well, they call it 5-finger fillet.
Yeah, but that game, just the graphics of it, the music was just incredible. Yeah, I just thoroughly enjoyed that game. So my favorite games on the Xbox, definitely Red Dead Redemption. I love the Call of Duty shit. I got into Call of Duty kind of late in the game. I think it was Call of Duty, I don't know, 2 or something like that.
That's really late.
Yeah, then I came into the I didn't come into the multiplayer portion of it until Black Ops.
Oh, you waited till then? Yeah, see,
that's me too. I didn't get into it till then.
See, me, I did Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2. I didn't really play the multiplayer in either one of those. I played the campaigns. I thought the campaign was the whole thing, you know?
Yep.
And then I discovered multiplayer, just like you in Black Ops. When Black Ops came out, I discovered multiplayer, and it was like a whole new world.
Yeah, so for me, it was like getting into the multiplayer, whole new world and everything. Really enjoyed it to an extent, except with all the friggin' Timmies out there. And then finally I got frustrated because, you know, especially nowadays, they talk about bullying and everything. And a lot of people don't realize that, you know, bullying isn't always physical. You don't have to be in a high school setting and have your ass ragged on and punched into the lockers every day to be bullied.
Oh, no.
And a lot of these kids and these Timmies get online, and the shit that they say in the multiplayer room, it's like, you can really make a person feel like shit and that they're worthless.
Yeah.
And that they shouldn't even be playing on an Xbox console. And so I finally got tired of that, and it's like, well, let me do a search for people that suck.
Yeah.
So I found a group, a forum, and had started one of the clans with them, and that's Geezer Gamers. I don't know if you've heard of that particular forum.
I haven't heard of that.
I haven't heard of that one.
No.
Yeah, Geezer Gamers. So I started a Black Ops clan on Geezer Gamers and took it up to level 27. Tried to mature and everything, and then a few people would get on and everything, and it was almost regressing back to, you know, you're not in high school, so stop complaining that you suck. We all know that we suck. Just enjoy the game. And so finally, I just had enough of that, and it's like, let me see what else I can find. So that's when I did another search for gamers that suck. And I found
Sub1gaming.com, just about to celebrate 1 year. 1 year, that's next month.
Yeah.
That's right. And
1 year
we've got a
anniversary.
brand new forum that just went live today.
Brand new
Yeah,
forum.
just went live today. Finally got my password rigmarole all settled and everything. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I sent for mine, and I'm sitting there, and I'm complaining and bitching, and it's taking 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I'm like, come on, man, this is email. This don't take this freaking long. Then finally, after an hour and a half, I look in my spam folder,
Yeah.
and of course, there it is.
Yeah,
So
somebody should.
I think that happened.
I meant to do that, but it's like as soon as I got that cleared up, I jumped right back into the video here. But yeah, somebody needs to tell Pony to add that. It's like, if you have to reset, do yourself a favor, check your spam and your junk mail folder.
Oh, I could have put a couple posts out there telling everybody to make sure and check their spam folder.
I'm sure we're going to have some people have a hard time getting back with us here, just because I didn't find it easy either. I mean, it's just like kind of
We'll help
convoluted.
them.
Yeah, it was, but it's like, you know, once you figure it out, it's like that duh moment. Duh.
Yeah, we'll help them along. We'll get everybody.
Right.
Well get everybody.
Well, if the
over.
Microsoft man can't figure it out, then who the hell can? So yeah, we're all in
Yeah.
trouble.
Between the IBMer and the Microsoft guy, yeah, we're both looking at each other. Check the spam folder. Duh, duh.
No. Yeah, it looks like it has a lot of potential. I mean, all kinds of stuff incorporated into it. Twitter shit and.
Well, the thing that's really cool about it is, if you haven't had a chance to view it on your mobile phone, if you have a smartphone, do so because.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, the interface is a lot nicer.
Before it was like.
That's how I do all my surfing when I'm at work. I don't have a computer at work.
Before it was like you were trying to look at it and you would be like, "What's that saying?" Now it's like it's all nice and clear and bright.
Yeah. Because before it was like pinch and zoom, pinch and zoom, pinch and zoom.
Yeah.
That's it. Hey, speaking of mobile phones, since you're a Microsoft guy, please don't tell me that you have an Android. You've got to have a Microsoft operating system. There you go.
Uh-huh.
You got your iPhone people, your Android people, and let us not forget Windows. Yeah,
it's the Windows. I've been on Windows Phone ever since pretty much ever since they first came out, when the Windows operating system on the phone was known as Windows CE.
Wince.
Yep, I remember CE.
Yeah,
Wince.
and I enjoyed that, and that was like back in the days where you could actually hack shit and have fun with it and make it, tweak it and make it do some fantastic things. Now they've kind of locked down the operating system to a degree, but I like the way that they've done it. And Android, I jumped out of bed with because I was involved in every single social media aspect you could think of. Pinterest, Facebook, LinkedIn, you name it. Trust me, dude, I was on it as Microsoft man. But after a while, it's like, okay, I really don't have time for this. And you'd mentioned in one of your previous videos, our online friends, true friends. And a lot of this social media pertains to that. And here's one thing I found interesting. If you quit Facebook, you can tell how many real friends you had because they remember your fucking birthday without the aid of Facebook.
There you go.
That's it.
That's true.
So.
That's true.
Nowadays, if you're a teenager, or even maybe if you're older than that, I mean, you're collecting Facebook friends. It's like, I've got 6,000 Facebook friends. Woohoo! It's like, really?
Yeah. I mean, Facebook has its, and even Google Plus. I was on Google Plus there for a while too, and I still enjoy that medium, but I don't have an account with them anymore. So pretty much I gave up everything with the exception of Twitter, because what I like about Twitter is I get the information I want when I want it.
Yeah, it's instantaneous.
From people that I want to hear it from.
Yeah. Twitter's information is like now. It's valid. It's instantaneous. It's what's happening right now. Whereas Facebook, I don't know.
It's kind of an archive, yeah. So you do follow the Twitterings of the desperate housewives of Orange County and New Jersey and all that, right?
No. Nope. No,
So
I just follow Flex and Richard Simmons. That's it.
Yep. The two heroes, man.
Yeah.
No, are you guys just gonna use the base sub one Twitter account and get the tech data, get the tech news out there, or are you gonna split off another Twitter account and have just tech stuff in it for sub one?
Oh man, splitting off.
Yeah, because I had run that by you before Pony threw me the bone to Toby Pace, but right now we've got like 30 followers on the Subgaming 1.
Yeah.
But, I had to remind myself that Twitter is a very generational tool. People of our age are bigger into Twitter than, say, my son's age or younger. So we've got 30 followers.
Really?
So it's
Twitter skews older rather than younger?
Hell yes.
Oh yeah. Believe it or not.
Yeah, I mean the three faces that you see on this screen are pretty much that's the Twitter demographic.
We're the demographic.
No shit. I thought Twitter was like a high school thing.
Oh hell no. Texting is, but not Twitter.
Yeah.
So originally I thought that maybe not knowing we actually had a Twitter account for Subgaming 1, Sub 1 Gaming, but I thought maybe a PS PS3 and Xbox, but it's not really needed because Toby's pretty much concentrating on all the PS2 stuff anyway, PS3 stuff anyway, and I'm trying to do all of the Xbox stuff. So, but again, it's now how do you get people involved into, well, do I really want to follow Sub1 Gaming on Twitter? You know, I get enough information, but there are a lot of people that don't want to basically clog their Twitter feed with stuff from Activision, stuff from Treyarch, stuff from this person, Ubisoft, and all of the different video games out there and sources. So
Yeah, it'd be
I
nice
still
to-
look at Sub1 Gaming as a
One place to get it.
exactly.
Yeah,
one
yeah, yeah.
place
If
to-
you've got somebody tweeting out, you know, filtering all this information that comes through, somebody who figures out what's important, what's something that we can get into, and then, you know, tweeting that information so we don't have to look at all that tons of shit
right.
coming
So
down.
like right now, and it's going to take me a little bit more time to find the niche. And also now, fortunately or unfortunately, with the new site, with the automated Twitter feed in the right-hand column,
Yeah, that's cool.
seeing some of the major players right there. So I'm a little worried as to, well, if a person can go to the forum and get all their Twitter feeds right there and then, how much are they going to want to follow the Sub1 Gaming Twitter account? But hopefully what I want to do to help raise the interest and get more followers are all the people that are in the clan on, say, for Xbox. It's like, it's a tough-ass time remembering, shit, what the hell clan challenge was today? What's
Yeah.
the clan challenge tomorrow?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
So what I've been doing is I'm a big fan of a tool called Hootsuite, and
Yep.
Hootsuite is a Twitter application, a free Twitter application, and that allows you to schedule in advance. So just like about 3 days ago, I went through and I scheduled all of the clan challenges that we've got going on that we've enlisted with, and set all of those up for automatic tweets like the day of or the day before. So like a clan op, I'll do send out a reminder the day before, and those are all already typed in and set up.
It's a tweet bot.
And then the clan challenges. So I'm thinking that hopefully is going to be the hook that gets people interested in wanting to follow the Sub1 Gaming Twitter account, and that's to have, they don't have to worry about what clan challenge is going on, because they can go through the feed and look at it and say, oh yeah, that's right, man, it's the the backstabbing knife challenge this today or whatever. Because again, we were talking about, can we reach level 50 before Black Ops 2 comes out? And while we may not be able to do it through the clan ops, getting bronze or silver,
The challenges.
Those challenges
a lot of
add
the guys
up.
have added a shitload of experience points, XP, to the clan just by doing the challenges in their everyday play.
You know what we found out just today and yesterday? The news is filtered down that Elite is going to be free, and the content model is going to be like back to the way it used to be instead of this monthly drops. And the clan situation is it's going to continue. So if we're a level 47 or whatever clan
48.
now. 48? Yeah, okay. So we'll be a level 48 clan when Black Ops comes out, unless we hit 50.
Is that true? Is that what they said?
That's what they said. That's what they said. It carries over.
Okay.
So we'll still have our clan tags.
I know Elite went free completely, and that you'll be able to do
Here's what I'm
everything.
gonna. Yeah, here's what I'm gonna guess. One, by the way, Flex, I did see your post on the website today talking about the Elite being free, so I did catch that before I got online. But the while Elite may be free, and it should be the way that they've.
You shouldn't have to
Let's
pay
not
for
go
that.
there.
My concern was, you see, when Black Ops 2 came out, the Hardened Edition, you got the free Elite and all the DLC with the Hardened Edition. So now
Yeah.
this year, you're getting the Hardened Edition, no guarantee to any systematic DLC.
No.
Right. That's a whole different upgrade.
Season pass, just like
You
everybody
need a
else.
season pass like everybody else. Yeah.
Okay.
And then it's
So,
they're
they're
gonna
doing
go
season
4
pass.
drops.
And while, so getting back to Elite, while it's free, I think that's great. But trust me, I don't think your clan level is going to stay at 50. People are going to get pissed. So just like with Modern Warfare 3, where you had all of those different Elite levels, And then all of a sudden they decided, let's make 10 more elite levels. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, for the prestige.
Prestige levels, thank you.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking is like, if you're 50 now, it'll carry over, but trust me, they'll add like another 25 levels to take it up to 75. Or another
I'm
50
sure you're
to
right
take it up
about
to
that.
100. Because you've got to challenge the clans.
You've got to set goals,
Exactly, because if you don't, they're not going to buy into the program. They're not going to buy into Elite, which they don't have to because now it'll be free. But more importantly, they're not going to buy into the DLC.
Right. But the thing is we're not having to start over again at 1. We're already, pretty high level. There's not a whole lot of level 48 clans running around out there.
No, I forget who it was. Did the post where we're like 638 or 683 as far as the global listings of clans?
Yeah, that ain't bad. You think about it. Out of what? How many thousands?
Oh, God.
There's shitloads of them.
There's 15,000 clans, isn't there?
When you reach level, whatever, 10 or 20 or whatever it is, you get the gold clan tags. Every single one of those is a unique tag. It's like, okay, so nobody can have sub 1, right?
Correct.
So if you get a hold, there's only so many characters in the alphabet, and there's only 4, that you can string together. It's like, haven't they all been taken? Every possible combination of the 26 letters.
Yeah, what is that?
And the 10 numbers.
What would that
what
be?
They're talking about, when you got your gold clan tag, that has nothing to do with the 4 characters that you're using in the square brackets for your clan. That has to do with the actual name of the clan. So sub 1 gaming is the clan. That's what's gold, not the 4 individual letters. That's not as important as the
you have to pick 4
name.
But
you have to pick within 4 letters, and if you pick this, nobody else can pick it.
Yeah,
nobody else can have that.
What is the math? I'm a real math genius here. Duh. What, with 4 digits, what would be the total possible number of combinations?
Well, here's the thing, though.
36 times 36 times 36 times 36.
Right. But here's the thing, though. Go back in and pick any popular clan with 4 letters, and go ahead and just add the 4 letters to your clan. Now, granted, it may not be yellow because you're not a true member of the clan, but you can still use those clan letters.
Oh, sure you can.
Wow. So, basically that whole gold emblem thing was, or clan tag, was just to lock in the actual name of your clan, Sub 1 Gaming.
Right. And it's also specific between Xbox and PlayStation, because we have a $sign for the S, okay, and PlayStation has the letter S for S. It's like it used to be the other way around. It's like this weird convoluted thing, but only one, like, there can't be a sub $1 sign on the Xbox and a sub $1 sign on the PlayStation. They got to be so it's like split.
That I didn't know.
Do they even have clans for the Wii? I don't even think Wii gets clans.
No, I don't think so.
They don't get DLC either.
No, they don't.
But now that you mention it, that's the future of gaming right there. Everybody's talking about graphics and this and that, and it's like, the graphic engines will get better, or the software engines will get better, the graphic cards and everything are going to get better, but to me, the true future of video gaming, the next evolution or revolution, is going to be where now in multiplayer, it doesn't matter what damn console you're using, whether you're on the PC, the PlayStation 3, or the Xbox, everybody can play multiplayer online regardless of the console.
Yeah, that's got to be the next step. That's got to
be the next step.
The next logical step would be to
so
consolidate.
People with one system can be playing against people on another system.
Absolutely.
Yes. It's going to be
there's no reason they
software
shouldn't be able to. Well, see, right now Sony has their proprietary network, and Xbox has their proprietary network, and I guess the Nintendo has their network. So they're going to have to somehow all decide to get on the bus.
Yeah, and as far as I'm concerned, I think they're a little late getting on the bus. Again, I'm a Microsoft whore, or pimp, if you will. But if anybody, are any of you doing the Xbox beta, dashboard beta?
I didn't do it this time.
Okay. The interactive content that they're bringing to the Xbox, it's like they when they first came out with it, they kind of intended it to be, part of the living room. But the way that they got the shit planned out now, it's like, yeah, the Xbox is the entertainment device for the living room. When you consider like Kinect and how you can talk to other family members who have the Kinect device and chat, and they just added,
cool.
They just added some National Geographic backed interactive children's programming.
Yeah, I saw that.
And if any of you guys watched the any of the debates, whether it's the presidential or vice presidential debates on Xbox, it's like
I watched the VP debate.
Polling.
Yeah, live polling is cool.
You don't even need that Nielsen black box anymore. It's like you're getting live stats right there.
Yeah, that was cool.
And then of course with Amazon Prime, where you can instant stream through them, Netflix, Hulu, all of those guys. It's like, yeah, playing music from my computer through the home theater system that I've got attached to the Xbox. It's just
they just came out with a new,
and it's optical.
They just came out with a new Xbox Music.
Yeah, they did.
It replaces the Zune.
Zune.
I read that just today. I haven't even gone online to see it yet.
It's not. Yeah, it's not up and functional yet.
Basically, it's all that is really rebranding.
Yeah, it's coming.
And just trying to figure out how they're going to marry the product throughout the console, the PC, Windows 8, all of that stuff. So that's just a natural rebranding project there, and they'll do good because again, it's a good service.
Anybody that watches me on the Xbox knows I listen. I watch a lot of videos. I use Zune I mean, I get my money's worth out of Zune. I mean, I watch a large number of videos. They've got a huge library of music and videos, and I take advantage of it. I like it.
Yep.
And anything new, if it's new, it's out there.
Exactly.
I mean, it's like almost
like
YouTube.
People are not even buying MP3s as much. I mean, record sales have crashed, but MP3s, people are actually just streaming now.
Did you notice the price?
Who needs an MP3?
Did you notice the price of the CD has basically come down to $9.99, which is the same price as a download for an album on iTunes or, I guess, who else? Amazon or whoever.
Right.
But
and I like the way that Amazon does the whether it's videos or their music in that similar to Xbox. So it's like, okay, we've been on Xbox, let's say roughly 6 years, and you downloaded like Tee It Up Golf 5 years ago, and you deleted it from your Xbox, but you bought it. You can still download it again today if you wanted to.
That's a nice feature. I've used that extensively, believe me.
And trust me, Flex plays a lot of Tee It Off Golf. I mean, he's always on there.
What I do a lot is I buy games, I buy downloadable content for them, I play them, I either get bored with them or I finish them, and then I trade them back. But I save the downloadable content because maybe it's a game I didn't finish. Then in 6 months, a year, I go to Game Ripoff or whoever, and I can get it for a quarter, a fifth, a sixth of the price that it originally costs. I can get it again and play it again, and I still have all the content. That's nice.
Yeah, well, I think GameStop's days are numbered. People are not going to be buying physical discs. They're going to be just downloading whatever game they want. What do you think?
I think where GameStop is going to eventually lose their shirt is nobody in the video game industry likes GameStop and the fact that they're selling with no repercussion whatsoever, reselling used videos and taking money out of the programmers' pockets. So I think eventually what the software video game companies are going to end up doing, whether it be Microsoft or Xbox or whatever, is owning and distributing their own content.
Yeah.
You
go to a kiosk type
It's
thing.
like one of the things I really dig now is I just downloaded L.A. Noire, from Rockstar, I guess about a month ago or so, because I heard it was really cool and I wanted to see what it was about and everything. But doing the the downloads of the games directly from Xbox with no disc, dude, that is so awesome. It's just great because it's like I don't have to put a disc in, and it's like, you know, I'd almost pay $10 more. Okay, say if Black Ops 2 came out and they said $60 for the DVD, you know, and they said for an extra $10 though, you can download this directly to your Xbox and not have to worry about a damn DVD. I'm all over that like white on rice, man.
Yeah,
that would be so cool. I'd pay the extra 10.
Because the DVD gets scratched because it gets
You know
wrecked,
what? I had to
and you can't take it back. Yeah, Yam
My
had to
Black Ops
rebuy.
disc got scratched. I had to buy it over again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's,
You know, she just bought Black Ops. He just downloaded it. I mean, they're selling that.
see what really
The older games they do that with, not the newest ones.
Yeah.
what really is pissing off the developers is not only does GameStop sell used games, but you can buy a used game and within 7 days you can take it back and get all your money back for it.
Oh yeah.
So
It's
I
free
mean,
rent.
it's almost like renting it.
It's almost exactly the same as Walmart. You know, it's like during the football season, they sell so many TVs, and well, let me give you an estimate. Say they sell 100 TVs. One store sells 100 TVs. They're going to get 65 of those back the week after the football games, and they take them back gladly as returns.
Yeah.
And it's like this is just you know, again, it's the consumer manipulating the seller, but they allow them to do that, you know, and it's to me, it's, I don't know, it's ridiculous.
Wow. So it was like go buy a 70-inch, $10,000 TV, you know, and have a big Super Bowl party and then
Exactly.
take it back.
And return it.
Yep.
But who's going to want to buy that $10,000 TV as an open box? I sure as fuck wouldn't.
Hey, believe me, for the markup on those, believe me, for the markup on that shit, they can make plenty of money off of it. Says an open box. Believe me.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe the markup on that shit.
Yeah.
You know, I just went to Guitar Center a couple of weeks ago to buy a piece of gear.
Who, by the way,
Some
Mitt
audio
Romney,
gear.
if nobody knew, Mitt Romney owns a piece of, right?
Yeah,
Of
Yeah.
Walmart.
Guitar Center.
Guitar Center.
Mitt
I found
Romney.
that out. I was buying a piece of gear, and first of all, it's like I found it on the internet on Amazon, and they were selling it much cheaper than the price that Guitar Center had it. And I asked them if they price matched, and they said yeah. So I was able to get the Amazon price, you know, at a physical store, which is cool. And I'm telling the guy, you know, years and years and years ago, I used to work at a Guitar Center, and he's talking about, oh, that was before, you know, what's that company that Mitt owned, or he was the Bain Capital, yeah.
Bain
He
Capital.
said,
Yep.
well, it says, oh, that's before Bain bought it. I said, what? You know, Mitt Romney? He said, what? Yeah, Bain Capital used to own Guitar Center.
Facts
Who
you
knew it?
never knew about Mitt.
Yeah.
He
Bill
owns.
Yeah, you know,
Clinton, parts
Mitt
of,
is a rocker!
saxophone.
Just see, you know, Mitt likes to stand in front of his mirror in his underwear with a flying V, you know, with you know, leopard stripes, you know, leopard print on it. And he's
Play
like
the air guitar.
windmilling it.
Wow, 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 wow.
He's rocking.
Well, you know, the one of the things that he was very happy with when he finally became the candidate was that he got Secret Service protection, and along with that, he got his own set of bulletproof underwear. You didn't
Hey.
know that?
There's some copyright
See,
infringement
but you
going
know,
on
he's
there.
a Mormon, so he's got his own underwear. I don't know if you know
Yeah,
about
true.
the Mormons.
He's got
Sure.
BPU wear.
They've got some kind of a deal going on with the underwear. What is that?
Don't ask me.
Hey. But they're basically, from what I understand, I could be very wrong, but it's part of their vestments. You know, like Catholic priests wear, you know,
Vest.
rabbis wear certain things, and it's just part of their vestments. And,
Like
and
Pope, whatever his name is, wears pink, you know, pumps.
yeah,
He does. He wears pink silk pumps.
I believe it.
They're fabulous.
So anyway, Yam, listen, I'm noticing the wonderful poster behind you, the Call of Duty poster.
Yeah.
But I do have to ask, what's up with the tinfoil?
The tinfoil. It has to do with lighting you can't see my studio here, but I used to be pretty heavy into like home recording, and I have a home recording setup, a mixing board and all kinds of like digital audio workstation jazz, and I have this Owens Corning, stuff. It's like it's like sound deadening, just because this was a horrible room to record in. I got a lot of bad echo. So this Owens Corning stuff is, it reduces the the reverberations.
He's lying. It's Mylar for growing weed.
I do.
His grow room. He's in his grow room.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, it keeps the aliens out.
So do you play anything? Are you a musical guy?
No. Never played an instrument. Fooled around with the flute for a while, but no, I never learned to read music and never really got into it that much. I grew up dancing. I love dancing to music. I do pretty good in the singing department with some songs when I'm in the shower by myself. Outside of that, that's the end of my musical talent.
Wow. So you boogie. You get down.
Used to.
I can't do any.
You're a big guy. You look like you're pretty tall.
6'4".
Wow.
And
what is it? Us sub one guys are all like,
going.
I'm 6'2".
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm 6'2" or so.
And I can tell you that Lucky Boy is same height, and so is
Pico.
So is Pico. Yeah, he's also the same height.
Yeah, the only thing I got to do is just drop some pounds because I'm 6'4", but weigh 270. And I had actually I was diagnosed with diabetes a number of years ago, and decided to get off all of the medication for it. Not that there was that much, but get off the medication for it. And I started walking. I walked a shitload, lost 40 pounds. And then
good job.
And then all of a sudden got into a job situation where I would stop. I just stopped walking during my lunch hours and stuff like that, and just easily sank right into the bad habits before. So all of that 40 pounds came back, and I'm weighing 270 when I should be a hell of 40 to 60 pounds lighter. I mean, I wear it well. I like to think I wear it well.
It doesn't show in your face. It's like, so you look good. I mean,
well, thank you.
Yeah, you look good. You got a little salt, a little snow on the roof. I could tell.
I just cut my hair the other day, but there's a lot more salt than pepper. That's for damn sure.
That's why I keep mine nice and short, so you can't see all the gray hair. See, there's the one skunk stripe where I gave myself a haircut when I was a kid. And it's no shit, man. I took a pair of scissors and I did a tiger cut on my hair, and that one spot where I cut it, for some reason, when I turned like 16, 17 years old, it turned gray, and it's been gray ever since. I got a little skunk spot there.
That's pretty weird. Now be honest, Lex.
Right
okay,
there.
I know the real reason why your hair is cut short like that. It's because you got gum in it, and you had to cut the gum out, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that happened to me a few times as a kid too, man. Fall asleep with gum in your mouth. My father had three different tricks. One was cut it out, lighter fluid, or peanut butter.
Oh, I hated
the peanut butter.
I hated the peanut butter, man, but it worked.
Yeah.
Sometimes the only thing that worked was the scissors, so.
Yeah. Go to school with a big bald spot right there.
Yep.
So are either of you guys gum chewers? I mean, if you dip, you don't have too much time for chewing gum.
I quit chewing gum after I quit chewing snooze.
Let's see here. Ever since high school, I've been a pipe smoker.
Oh, high school you smoked pipes?
Yeah.
That is very unusual.
And I started smoking when I was in high school. As a matter of fact, I still have the very first pipe I bought myself in high school. So when you consider all the different places that I've lived, the countries, the islands, and all the moves. It's amazing. I still have. Here, wait, just 1 second. Let me see if I can do this.
That's a lot of.
Wow,
dice.
that's a collection. Holy moly!
And that's just half of the collection. The other half is actually out in the living room. So yeah, I was in high school, and I had a friend. God, so stupid. But in high school we had our parents gave us permission. We had skipped up to Quebec for summer vacation, and he got me into smoking cigarettes. It was like a roll-up tobacco, drum tobacco, and you roll your own, and that's what started. So by the time I got home, my dad says, "If you're gonna smoke, I'd rather see you smoke a pipe than cigarettes, because they're nasty and they're hard to quit." So started smoking a pipe ever since high school. Been collecting them all around the world, and ever since. And stopped smoking cigarettes in '92.
Good for you. Good.
I love my cigars, and then my wife and Alexander, my son, we'd go on these vacations where we could do a lot of horseback riding, whether it was Montana or Wyoming or whatever. And you can't be smoking a cigar when you're riding through dry brush. So that's when I started doing the dip.
It ain't like Clint Eastwood riding around out in the spaghetti western smoking with a little cigar.
Skinny cigar.
A cheroot. Yeah. So
that's when you started chewing, huh?
Yeah, so then I started chewing, and actually I had switched from coke to Scandinavian snus, the real snus.
Yeah.
And had bought that online, and they got some unique instruments. They for loose snus, similar to dip, you have this like little syringe, and they're either like plastic or metal. And what you do is you dip it down into the snus, pack it tight, and it's like a plug, and then you put it in your upper lip and slip the plug up in there. So I did
kind
that.
Of like a tampon.
Huh?
Kind of like a tampon dispenser.
Exactly.
Or the applicator for a tampon.
Yeah, no different. Except it tastes a lot better. So I did the snus for a while, and then actually I had stopped dip and snus altogether for a total of 6 months, and I just picked it up again last month when shit at work just got a little too much, and it's like, screw it. So
yeah.
That's how it is. Yeah.
As far as chewing gum, I'll get back into. I'll probably quit dip here in the next few months or so, and get back into my gum chewing.
I did quit cigarettes for a long time, and gum chewing helped.
I chewed for 25 years, and then I quit. I used the nasal nicotine, used that for a year, and then when it was time for us to stop after a year, my wife quit smoking cigarettes, I quit chewing, and at the end of a year, when the year ran out of the nasal nicotine, quit cold turkey, and I haven't chewed since.
Well,
good for you.
When I did it 6 months ago, I had did it cold turkey, no nicotine patches or anything, but I still had the pipe and an occasional cigar. So again, my lady nicotine, I'm a slave to her, and probably always will be.
I was chewing 2 to 3 tins of chew a day when I was at my worst.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
that's
why I had to quit.
That's expensive.
Wow. So how did that go over? You're a high school kid smoking a pipe. That is a weird picture. I'm trying to imagine.
I'm thinking most high school kids that use pipes aren't smoking tobacco in them.
It's like between periods, like all the cool guys, going to the bathroom and they're like 1 foot on the wall, leaning up, and they're smoking their cigarettes. And the Microsoft man whoops out his meerschaum.
Yeah, it's a lot of my buddies in high school, they thought it was cool, and they tried to get into it too. It's not that much different than some of you guys probably went to high school with that one asshole who always wore a fedora.
Yeah.
Okay, so
That was me.
So
So I
you're a
was, I
trendsetter.
wasn't wearing the fedora, but I had the pipe.
And whenever I think of a pipe, I usually think of Robert Reed, you know, and one of those TV dad sitcoms. And it's like, you know, reading his paper with his pipe, you know, Daddy, Daddy.
Well, the thing that's nice about pipe is that, unlike cigars, it's like you have to develop a palate to distinguish different cigars, different brands and styles and things of that nature. But with a pipe, there's just a huge variety of tobaccos to suit your moods or the weather, things of that sort. And it's at least for me, pipe smoking is still fortunately a hobby and not a necessary habit.
Right. Well, I got to ask, do you have Prince Albert in a can?
No, I got them out about 25 years ago.
He didn't let him out, and the poor bastard suffocated.
Yeah.
You know what? We were so uncool. I mean, you know, we actually did that. It's like the other one was
Before caller ID.
Hi, madam. Is your refrigerator running? And she said, well, yes. I said, well, you better run and catch it before it gets away.
Do you have Planter's nuts in a jar?
Nothing like prank calls.
Well, you better tell him because he's looking for them. Nothing like I mean, that was before caller ID, man. That was what you did. You were, you know.
Oh, hell yeah. You know, answer the phone. Hi, you've reached the city morgue. You stab them, we slap them.
Yeah. All the good ones.
Yeah.
The kids can't get away with that shit no more, man. They got caller ID. They call you right back. I had a kid try that.
Caller ID, but now geotagging. You know those kids, I guess it was about a month ago, put up pictures on Facebook or the internet or whatever with them stepping into bins of lettuce at like a Burger King or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And they finally somebody finally researched it and just found out that the kids had geotag turned on their camera phones.
So they knew
every picture they were taking told you exactly
exact location.
3 meters the location.
Yep.
And of course they got fired.
So they were stepping on the lettuce?
Yeah.
My favorite burger.
Were they stepping on the meat?
No, just this kid had his 2 sneakered feet standing in on lettuce bins, and it's like, you know, this is what we do to your food at Burger King or whatever like that, and they caught up with the geotagging of the photographs.
God, I'm glad.
Well, probably the feet is the healthiest thing in the actual burger.
Yeah.
My favorite
I would have
was
to agree with you.
with the Burger King kid that took the bath in the sink at the Burger King. I don't know if you ever saw that. That was a YouTube.
No. I didn't know.
He gets naked and gets in the goddamn sink at the Burger King, the one they used to wash everything in. Gets buck naked and gets in the sink and turns it on and takes a bath.
Okay. Well, with that, what?
Well, with that,
on
that note, that'll be the end of Bulletproof underwear for tonight. No.
That's right. Well, see, I'm right now for the time being. I'm back on Black Ops, and you know, dabbling a little bit in that Borderlands 2. But the real anticipation is for Black Ops 2. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Everything I read and seen about it just looks like it's going to be awesome, you know. And after Modern Warfare 3, I need that. Yeah,
actually, for me, it looks a little too futuristic. I'll have to play it to see what it's like, but you know, some of it's a little too futuristic for me. But we'll see. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Of course, because my son works at Ubisoft and is doing Assassin's Creed 3.
I'm getting AC3. There you go. I got one of those too. I got it when I pre-ordered, or when I went to get my Mass Effect 3. I pre-ordered it then.
All right.
So, with that, I'm looking forward to, of course. Let's see if we can get a little closer.
What is this guy? Oh, he's the Assassin's Creed guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And let's see here. My little black box.
You know,
Yeah,
if you
I can't
put that
wait.
on an airplane, that's the only thing that'll survive a crash.
I can't wait for AC3. Wow, check that out.
Oh, wow.
You got the doctor there.
Cool.
That's pretty tricky.
Yeah, you know, talk about again games for me, video games, especially because I've only been in multiplayer very recently. The storyline for a game had to be intriguing for me. What I really enjoyed about Assassin's Creed 2, especially in going further ahead, was all of the what's the word, conspiracies, all the different puzzles that you had to work out, and the conspiracy theories with you know, Kennedy and Lyndon Johnson and you name it. And that's what really intrigued me, were the conspiracy theories and the puzzles along through the game. So you know, it's a good franchise. They've done a fantastic job. They created a wonderful world, brought parkour to video gaming. I thought that was pretty cool. Looking forward to Splinter Cell, Blacklisted.
Oh, as am I.
Yeah, because I enjoyed the Splinter Cell Conviction a lot. I campaign-wise, you know, I played the multiplayer a little bit, and I wasn't terribly thrilled. Ghost Recon, Future Soldier. I love the campaign, but I'm not terribly sold on the multiplayer thing of it.
I didn't care for the multiplayer at all in that product. I loved the campaign.
And
I won't give it away.
Medal
but
of Honor. If you guys have played the beta of Medal of Honor.
Did you play the beta?
I played the beta.
I played the beta again. You know, it's part of that third-person shooter. So you got that kind of like Gears of War thing going on, where it's like you got that top-down camera and you're looking at the character, and that's, I don't know, I'm not terribly thrilled with that. So Medal of Honor, you know, it was nice to fool around with the beta. I wouldn't spend $60 on it.
I like
you know, put it on download on demand. You know, and if I could pick it up for, you know, $29 or $19, I might. But
I always like
So
the campaigns in Medal of Honor. I don't know, but the multiplayer I got a little addicted to it at first, and then as time wore on, maybe it was just because it was just the one map, but I just wasn't feeling it.
yeah.
But I'm getting it because I'm an idiot.
Now, and the other game that looked pretty good that they were reviewing on G4 TV or whatever, X-Play and G4 TV, was Dishonor.
You know, I bought Dishonored.
And role-playing game.
Have you tried it yet?
I bought Dishonored. I played it. I'm not a very obviously everybody knows I'm a running gunner and I'm reckless and I run ahead and get shot and killed all the time. Dishonored is a game that you have to take a lot of patience with. It's a lot of stealth, and that's not my kind of game, so I already took it back.
Oh, wow.
Now that's me. That's just my opinion. Now, like, I know the guy, one of my friends at GameStop, he bought it, and he's just addicted to it. But he digs that kind of game, that stealthy. It's beyond like a Splinter Cell stealth game. It's really stealthy.
Yeah, the way that they G4 described it is almost like a hybrid of BioShock with all the steampunk aspects of it. A BioShock and Assassin's Creed. That's what they compared it to.
Would probably be a pretty close description.
So G4, that's pretty cool. Okay.
Yeah, the question for the evening is, what's your favorite old Xbox game? For me, it was Too Human. It was a game that didn't receive a lot of fanfare.
Are we talking either even Xbox or Xbox 360, either one? I love Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
Well,
I really got into that game. I spent many hours on that game.
my first Xbox games were Burnout Paradise and Left 4 Dead, which I love both of them.
I love Left 4 Dead. I mean, I do like that zombie game. That game is fun when you're playing co-op.
And
Burnout Paradise is fun as hell. The car crashes and you go really fast.
Yeah, but Too Human was a great game. I like that a lot.
So what's that about?
Too Human was based off of oh God, Nordic history, Beowulf, and stuff like that. And it was basically like an RPG.
Oh, okay.
But and that was out of company out of Canada also. But I enjoyed that, and then I think PGR4 was my first race simulator game, and I enjoyed that quite a bit. Project Gotham Racing.
Yep, that was my first racing game. I liked that.
Yeah.
Well, my first was Mario Kart, and I dug that.
Mario Kart? Yeah, was my first one.
Have either of you had a chance to see the new demo for the new Forza that's coming out?
Yeah, I played the demo.
So did I. That's something else.
Some of it's hokey, but a lot of that's just the marketing trailer bullshit.
Yeah.
The gameplay, when you finally get into the dirt mode of it, was it was interesting. One of the things I like is that they finally are breaking away from. It's almost like a cross between Project Gotham Racing and Forza.
Yeah.
You know. In that it's because the one thing that pissed me off about Forza 4 was all it was the same damn racetracks, just different cars. It's like, come on, guys.
Yeah,
You know,
that was
some
my
rain,
bitch too.
Throw some nighttime racing, just like Project Gotham Racing 4 had.
Yeah, that's right. There wasn't any night races in that or anything, was there? Really?
Yeah, so
I
But, this
didn't
year,
realize that until just now.
it's going to be Black Ops 2, Assassin's Creed 3, Splinter Cell Blacklisted, and
Hitman
yeah.
Absolution's coming out.
I wish somebody get off their ass and make Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, yeah, I would be there for a minute. Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt that's in the works.
Hey, when are they going to make Left 4 Dead 3, goddammit? That's 3 years ago that they came out with
Look
2.
how well it took them.
Yeah.
It took them friggin' 15 months to come out with the DLC for Left 4 Dead 2. So
I know, they got another piece of DLC just recently.
I know.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I've never been too much into the whole zombie thing.
See, I was always my favorite first game on the PS2, and my first game on the PS1. My favorite game was Silent Hill, and on the PS2 it was Resident Evil 2. And I just love those. I don't know why I love having the shit scared out of me, but nothing I like better than turning down the lights, putting the headphones on, and playing me a little Resident Evil or a little Silent Hill, and having shit, or Dead Space or whatever, and having shit jump out of the corners at me and jump me out of the chair. And
Now, I hadn't played any of those, but the game that did that for me was Dead Space.
Oh, Dead Space was sweet.
Dead Space just scared the shit out of me at times, man. The sound, the Foley guys that did the sound for Dead Space were just phenomenal. I mean, it's like you could hear shit behind you and stuff, just freaking you out and scaring the hell out of me.
Yeah.
But then too, playing Red Dead Redemption, it's like you're on your horse, mind your own business, clippity clop, and then all of a sudden the cougar comes out at your ass
And kills your
Scared
horse.
the shit out of me.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Got to turn the light off. The clapper turned on when I opened my drink. This is a different kind of drink. Monster.
Oh, Monster Rehab.
Monster Rehab. It's tea with
Yeah, they were handing those out at the
carb.
last Sounders, Seattle Sounders game.
Oh, were they? There's no
Yeah.
carbonation in it. With just as much caffeine.
Wow.
Just what I need.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I was in Hollywood just yesterday. I came back from vacation. We spent a week in Hollywood, and we were at the bar in the hotel. And I quit drinking in 2005, so I had Diet Red Bull. It was $8.
I went to
I
the
paid
club.
$8 for a Red Bull.
The club
That'll
I'm
drive you
going,
to drink.
yeah, really. The club I'm going to see this concerts tomorrow night. I think Red Bull's $5 a can.
That's
That's a
ridiculous.
bargain.
It's like-
Take it.
And a
Take
drink.
it.
It's $5 a can for Red Bull, and you can get a can of beer for $4.50, I think it was.
Yeah.
So it's
So,
like,
I understand that you had a lot of fun actually meeting some of your fellow gamers online, your clan members.
Yeah,
and
never.
meet them in person.
Yeah, I never did hook up with Strollin, but I did get to meet Lucky Boy, and I did get to meet Pico, and that was awesome. That vacation was worth it.
Yeah.
So you're in what part of Washington are you in?
Kind of in between Seattle and Tacoma.
So you're not too far from Oregon. You could go pay Junior and Pony a visit.
Hey, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, not too far from Oregon at all.
Yeah, and my next vacation will be in Minnesota. I'll go hang out with Prince and Flex.
Sounds awesome.
Hanging out with Flex will be an experience you'll never forget.
What's the difference between Flex and Prince? One's a superstar, and he loves purple, and the other is Prince.
Yep, that's true. You ain't gotta do nothing,
Just
baby.
leave it at that.
But give
So
me
what do you think about
kiss.
Flex's man cave? Is that awesome or what?
Yeah, I've been noticing the neon lights in the back, and that looks like what's her face from
Lollipop
Batman.
Chainsaw. There's Lollipop Chainsaw Girl back
Oh, okay.
there. And then there's the new poster from MW3, the one that had the noob and the vet on it.
Yeah.
And then over here on this wall, I got my wall of guitars from Guitar Hero, and let me see if I can get a angle for you. That
And rock bands.
those are all Rock Band and guitars. There's actually 3
Wow.
real guitars up there, and the rest of them are all Rock Band guitars. So I show those to everybody because they're stupid, but what the heck? I'm a rockologist. What can I say? I love music. I love all kinds of music. I really do.
I got my rock band guitar right here, close at hand. Wah, wah, wah. Clicky, clicky, clicky. Yeah.
I got my real guitar right here. I bought that what's it called? The game that teaches you how to play real guitar.
Rocksmith.
Yeah.
Rocksmith.
Rocksmith from Ubisoft.
Yeah, so I bought a
Oh, is it? Oh.
Got to plug my son's company,
and it, you know what? It works. I can actually almost play. You ain't got no. I can't get no satisfaction by the Stones. I can't play the chords yet, but I can play the notes.
Well,
But
you know
I
what?
do like
Flex?
that axe though that you got there because it's got that gray metallic finish to it.
Yeah, it's sweet.
Yeah, hey Flex, maybe you could play our theme song instead of that music that we have now.
Yeah, I'll get on top of it and.
Hey, I don't know if you know the future plans for Bulletproof Underwear is we're gonna have a game show. Have you heard about that?
No, I have not. Fill me in.
We're gonna do a quiz show, like Jeopardy or something like that, where you have to buzz in. We'll have the contestants competing for actual Microsoft or PlayStation points, and we'll have like 3 people competing, and me and Flex will be the MCs, and we'll ask trivia questions, and we'll test just how smart people are.
Get this. My wife went to the Goodwills around here for me, and she found not 1, not 2, but 6 different Trivial Pursuit games.
Wow.
There's
it's like that kind of stuff.
There's like over 20,000 cards or something.
So we're not
crap
going to
like
run
that.
out of trivia questions. So
No.
how would you like to in the future episode be on our game show?
Yes, I will suck at it, but I will do it. And tell you the truth, out of all the Xbox Live content things, that's the one thing I miss the most. Do you guys remember 1 versus 100?
I remember.
I
that.
remember
It was
that.
fun.
Yeah, that was great.
With what was it, Pat Cashman?
First it was Cashman, and then they had Saget did it.
Yeah, why didn't they get
No,
rid
I'm
of
talking
that?
about the one on Xbox Live.
Oh, the
It was on
actual one
Xbox
on.
Live.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was free.
yeah. The actual one
It
that
was
was
a
on.
free game.
Yeah, it was brought to you. It was brought by Sprint, the Sprint Theater,
That's right.
and you actually used your controller to hit the right answer faster than anybody else. That game it only lasted for two off seasons. They brought it out during the winter, but 1 versus 100 Xbox Live was just phenomenal. What a great game
great.
it was.
I racked up quite a few achievement points on that game.
Yeah, yeah, it was a great game, and I miss it. I miss it a lot.
And it was free.
Yes.
The price was right. It was fun. That's why they got rid of it.
Well, the thing that was ironic about it was that the sponsor was Sprint, and Sprint never had a Windows phone.
Yeah, I know. They were the only ones.
So I thought that was a little odd. But yeah, I missed that game a lot. That was a lot of fun, man.
I have another trivia game that's very fun to play with people. It's called You Don't Know Jack.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I had that on the PC.
Yeah, I had it on the PC before many years ago, and now I have it on the Xbox, and it's very sarcastic. The MC is a smart ass, kind of a douchebag.
Yeah, very snarky questions.
I love that game. That was one of my favorite games on PC.
You Don't Know Jack. I probably still have the game disc for that. I wonder if it plays on Windows 7.
I don't know. I still have the. I think it's even a CD. I don't even think it was like that.
No, mine's CD.
That recent to have been a DVD. So I think it was a CD. I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm sure I still have it in the garage in a box.
So why is it that old games sometimes don't play on modern systems? Like a PC game, you'd think that. Okay, I can understand like an Xbox 360 won't necessarily play a Xbox game, or a PlayStation 3 won't play an original PlayStation game. But you'd think PC that would still work.
With the one exception that for a console you've got very proprietary controlled hardware and software and programming. With a PC, because of the open architecture, you've got thousands of different graphic cards, software drivers, and it's the drivers that basically ruin that backward compatibility for a lot of games and software programs. So even today, if you were to go to the store and pick up an older game, yeah, it might not play well on Windows 7, but fortunately, a lot of people, still build software patches for it, whether it be a software patch from the legitimate company, or some guy just turned around and knew that there was enough people to want to play an old game like that, and came up with a software patch for it.
Yeah, well, that's no problem, because I still got my DOS 2.0. Just kidding. I mouse left-handed. I use the mouse left-handed because the very first time I ever encountered a mouse on a PC was at a job that I went to, and the boss was left-handed. So of course, the mouse was set up on the left-hand side. So what's that? Oh, that's the mouse. That's how you go from this to that, So I learned how to use a mouse with my left hand. So I'm a left-handed mouser.
Wow, that's bizarre. Now, speaking about mouses and Windows operating system, I'm not going to jump out and get Windows 8 anytime soon. That's for sure, because again, it's mostly for Surface and a lot of gesturing going on. But if you guys are interested in it, Logitech just introduced similar to a pad that's going to be about this size, that will allow you to, and I think it's only $80. But again, allow you to use all of the gestures that are coming with Windows 8. Mm-hmm. So that little gesture pad will actually replace your mouse. But you'll be able to use your 4-finger, 3-finger, 2-finger flicks and all of that, pinch and zoom, the whole 9 yards. So that's one of the things, because not everybody's going to switch to a touch screen. And for me, it's it's a little weird having an upright screen and then touching it to get what you want. An iPad or a lap device, something that you're looking down at, like a paper tablet, now it makes sense. But to do something, straightforward on the screen, I don't buy it. So I think this new Logitech gadget that they're coming out with for Windows 8 is going to help boost sales of the operating system quite a bit.
I was born a mouse man. I'll die a mouse man.
So you're not into your trackball then, huh?
No. The only other The only other thing that ever intrigued me besides the mouse was I forget who came up with the device, but it's a three-dimensional puck, and it was meant for Google Earth, so that you can do like fly-throughs and zoom-ins, like to move your mouse so that you can take your footage using, okay, like say we're on a motorcycle trip and we're going through the Black Hills. Well, you can geotag all of those photos that you take along the way, and then using Google Earth, you can actually do a fly-through of all those geotagged locations. So this one device was a spatial mouse where you had up and down movement, and then of course forward and backwards. So as your camera was zooming through Google Earth, you could change the elevation almost like you were flying through the track that you set on your motorcycle, and that was an awesome device.
Did you have one?
No, I had a friend who used one when we were doing videos for motorcycle trips.
All right. That sounds kind of wild and crazy.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah,
That's
but I love my
wild.
gadgets.
So what's the next gadget that's on the back burner? What are you going to get next?
You know, there's no gadget on the back burner. I've kind of gotten away from it. My next gadget is going to be the next version of Windows 8 phone. I just need to spec those out and find out which one has the. This current one is from Verizon, and HTC is the only one that they sell right now. But next year they're going to be doing HTC and I think Nokia. And so I'll wait and see which ones have the better camera, better hardware, things of that sort. But to tell you the truth, my best gadget of late was a Kindle Touch.
Oh yeah.
I've always enjoyed reading books, especially military.
No, that's not the Kindle Fire, right?
No, it's just the old plain, e-ink reader. So you have the regular Kindle, the Kindle Touch, and then the Kindle Fire.
I've just got a regular
Kindle. And I wanted
Kindle
to get a device solely for reading, so the Kindle Fire didn't interest me at all. But the Kindle Touch, I like reading a lot of Black Op books, CIA operation books, military books, things of that nature. And I've had that thing for about 6 months now, and to tell you the truth, I've read more books on that device because of it. It appeals to my impulsive nature. I want something, I want it now. If I want a book, I can buy it now for 99 cents. There's a shitload of free books out there for the Kindle that's just incredible if you know where to go. So, I would say I've probably read more in the last 6 months than I have in the past 4 years altogether.
Yeah. Well, I have a Kindle, but I haven't been reading too many books on it lately. Just been focusing on video games and all that stuff. So I have to get back into reading.
I got a Kindle, but I don't use it that much. I got an Asus tablet for Father's Day, and I put the Kindle software on there, and so I've been using that. That's pretty handy. I've read quite a few books on there already. I read primarily books like on rock and roll people. I read a lot of science fiction stuff like that. When I was in high school, if you wanted, back then anyway, if you wanted to ask me a question about anything about Vietnam, I was the guy, man. I read every freaking book in the library on Vietnam. I was so intrigued by it, and as I grew older, I just kind of lost interest in it, and I've pretty much forgotten everything that I absorbed from them.
Right.
Hmm.
But considering what happened between then and now, it's not surprising I don't remember it.
Wow. So you're smoking a pipe in high school, and you're reading books about Vietnam.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's kind of
well, I was smoking a pipe in
precocious.
high school too, but it was a different kind of pipe.
It was a much smaller pipe.
Yeah.
You had to light it a lot. You had to keep lighting it.
Yeah. It was one of those funny cigarettes you had to keep lighting.
So I got a question. I grew up in Dallas, Texas. So you say you're into black ops and stuff. Not the game, but the actual, covert operations stuff. What do you think? Did Oswald act alone?
Hell no. Hell no.
I don't think he did. I think it was a conspiracy, but I always did think that. But I'm paranoid, so.
Yeah, no, I'm not paranoid. It's when you consider like some of the doctoring, the photos and stuff like that. I don't buy it. But yeah, no, he did not act alone. I love my government. I love my president. I love this country more than anything. But are we underhanded, and have we deceived our own people? Fuck yes. All the damn time.
Right now, your country's doing things
Kennedy, the Kennedys as a whole were a very
shady clan,
dangerous group of powerful men. It was a powerful family. So, were there some clandestine operations that involved more than one single person to off him, or like Sirhan Sirhan? Yeah.
Well, I tend to think that that's true. I mean, we know about the Bay of Pigs because it was a fuck up. But how many similar kind of things happened that we never heard about? I'm sure tons.
Exactly. Well, it's like the most recent one is the debacle with the Syrian embassy. With the ambassador getting off. And not having sufficient security detail, and having changed the security detail to a lower caliber of expertise is the best way to put it.
Absolutely.
Was any of that intended? No, I don't think so. Did we screw up? Yes. Did we screw up to the degree where we don't want to admit that we fucked up? Hell yes. But heads somewhere heads are going to roll for that. But
yeah, somewhere heads have already rolled.
Well, you know what I think, guys? It's looking at the clock on the wall. This is a 2-hour BPU, so it's probably about time to wrap it up. So MsftMan, is there anything that you would like to promote? Your Twitter? Do you have a website or anything like that?
I have a website. It's MsftMan, MsftMan.com. It's just there. It's static. Haven't really changed it much in a long time. Again, I used to be heavily involved doing, like game reviews, things of that sort on WordPress, on Google and stuff like that. But again, just kind of dropped out of the social media scene. So right now, pretty much all I'm doing is just clanning, gaming, and enjoying the Sub 1 clan to the nth degree. Just a great group of people. Even going over into some of the BC and the Bacon and the Vet guys that climb in on Friday nights and everything. Just having a great amount of fun with everybody involved in that. So pretty much just gonna be sticking with the Sub 1 Gaming Twitter account, and try to get my shit together so that all I'm doing is just feeding out reminders of clan challenges and clan ops, and of course interesting news on video games of what's coming up.
So the website is sub1gaming.com, and the Twitter is at Sub1Gaming?
At Sub1Gaming.
Sub1gaming.com. 1 year.
All right.
Year, baby.
I'll plug my own YouTube channel, which is Believe What? One word. Lots of commentary.
Yep. And I'll plug my.
Hey, what we need a promo. We need a promo. We usually like to put up a little free sample the day before the video comes out. So all you got to do is just say, you're watching Bulletproof Underwear episode 16 with Yam and Flex. And say your name.
Say my name?
See, this is MsftMan.
Yeah.
Okay, this is Steve. You're watching.
Okay, go for it, man.
This is
Do it.
Stephen Banks, MsftMan, otherwise known on Xbox as the MsftMan, MsftMan. Some people call me Misfit. But you're watching Bulletproof Underwear episode 16 with Yam and Flex.
Woo! Nailed it!
All right.
Take 17.
All right. So for Bulletproof Underwear, I'm Yam Juice, your co-host, and your other co-host is Sexy Flexy.
Sexy Flexy.
And we'd like to thank our super duper extra special host, just with the mostest extra special guests, MsftMan.
Thanks for being here.
Hey, thank you, guys.
We appreciate it.
All right, so it's time.
All right.
I think that's a good one.
That was the best one in a long time, man. Everybody.
Okay, guys, listen. Thanks a lot. Enjoyed it.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
With the trivia game, that's gonna be fun.